lot of stuff going on over here today. Just go with the flow. Sabai-Sabai. Welcome back, team. It is Wednesday, humpity hump day. And we're back here in Korat. We've been back for, I guess we got back late Sunday evening. And we've been running ragged, so, or run ragged rather, yeah. But get some morning Joe going here. We picked up this sweet little brawn unit over at the mall yesterday. Our old DeLonghi, or DeLonghi, however you say it, semi-fancy coffee maker stopped working a while back, right before we left to go to Japan, probably about 3 days beforehand. And it was one of those, the top side was like a boiler, would boil the water and then it would drip. It was a drip coffee maker. It would drip into the pot. I'm trying to open this door with one hand. Here we go. But it would boil the water just fine. It just quit dumping it to make the coffee. And rather than tinker with things like that, I just decided I'd toss it. And I put it out in the bin, and someone got it here in the neighborhood. I'm sure it's boiling noodles for somebody or something right now. Yeah, if nothing else, I guess it's a good kettle, but it doesn't, like, the water wasn't coming out of that bulb on the bottom, so. Anyway, got rid of it. I've been a doozy of the last couple of weeks. We went up and spent about a week and a half up in Tokyo with our son. And on the front and back side of that trip, we stayed a full day and a half down in Okinawa. And we got back. We had about a day to reset. And then we had the 100-day ceremony for Khun Pa over at the temple here. Close by the house here in Korat, over in Nangpru area, if you're familiar. And that very same day, that was Friday, we left to go down to Sattahip. We were down in Sattahip all weekend for more ceremony and ashes spreading and things of that nature. And then that same day we had, and there was a very elaborate ceremony that goes on like out on the boat. And I think that's really common because there were other families there that were doing similar things that morning. But after that, came back to the poolville and had some quality family time hanging out at the pool, and plenty of drinks and food and a little bit of karaoke along the way. And then bickety bam, we came back Sunday, and we must have hit every market between Sattahip and Korat, as typical with these family trips. Some of the family went in their own car, and they got back a good bit quicker than we did. But I think that's what we'll do on the next trip out, is carry our own and let everyone else do the touring van, or just stuff everybody in the Fortuner and take it down the street. But anyway, we got back Sunday night. Monday morning, I had to write down a list. We had so much stuff going on. Monday morning we had our appliances delivery over at the new house. So that looked like our LG wash tower, an oven, a microwave, like one of those kind of stackable units anyway, they don't have to be that way, but when they do the built-in, they're gonna be one on top of the other. I think oven and then microwave on top. Dishwasher, big refrigerator that came as a set with the wash tower. It was like a free item. So you buy the wash tower, and the wash tower wasn't cheap, so they throw in the refrigerator with it, which is a pretty good deal. Because that would have been another $400 to $800, or I don't even know how much that refrigerator was. It's a big LG double door refrigerator, but it was $3.99 with the purchase of the wash tower. So our sink is over there. Our faucet's over here. I gotta take it over there today just to kind of lay it out with the rest of the spread. It looks like Christmas morning over there, except the kids can't play with any of the toys for quite a while. What else was in there? 3 big boxes that were like a water heater unit for the showers, and then a rain shower unit to get installed with it. So yeah, so we got all of that stuff or not installed, but delivered on Monday. let's see, that was Monday. Doo-doo-doo-doo. What else did we do yesterday? That was Monday. Oh, Tuesday. So yesterday was Tuesday. We had to go to the mall to go to the bank, and that's because we sold our house. We actually sold the house that we're living in right now. And I think we'll be in it for probably another 2, 3, maybe 4 months. But this house is sold and has another owner. And we're not paying rent because we just kind of worked that into the contract for selling the house, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I went to the land office and spent a little bit of time there, and then went to the bank to deposit that check and wifey's account, of course, because she's the homeowner, not me. And roughly half of that money will be spent on all of the built-in stuff that's going on over in the new house, and which is fairly expensive, but it won't be builder quality. Like, it'll be actually a professional, you know, a real legit company doing it, as opposed to some of the things that we've had done here. And I like to think that this house was kind of a learning experience and a test bed for how things go with construction and whatnot here in Thailand. But there were some things learned and some big takeaways, and one of those things was, don't get a do-it-all crew. Get crews that are specialized in flooring to do floors. Get crews that are specialized in, you know, the tile dude needs to be doing the tile. The plumbing guy needs to be doing the plumbing, and the electric dude needs to be doing electric things. Not all those people out there, you know, burning conduit to get it to bend with wire all up inside it. And I digress, and I'm going to stop right there. But plumbing was another nightmare too. Let's see. But anyway, that was yesterday. That's Tuesday, which brings us to Wednesday. And here in about, what time is it? About an hour, we've got all of the rest of the air conditioning coming over to the house to be installed. And I think wifey's already paid for that, so we've got some extra money to pay for the additional install today, because you don't want to just go with that stock install unless you have a really small place or an apartment to where you can just, you don't have options to where you want to hang that compressor and all that. So so that'll be the office, loft, and 3 bedrooms, all getting ACs today. So a little bit of drilling, and some running of you know, the pipes and everything for the ACs. So that's happening today, and I think it might be a long one today. Tomorrow, we're going to sign the contract for all of our built-in stuff and the other renovations, and kind of run through some of the details of that. And then Friday, I've got to head out to immigration for my 1-year decision and/or stamp. So hopefully all is good in the neighborhood, and I get a 1-year stamp, and then hopefully that's a multiple re-entry stamp that they put in my passport. So take you along for all of that, and we'll see how it shakes out. But I'm gonna have some coffee and wait on wifey to get ready. Got a good little workout in this morning, and yeah, I'm still sweating, I think, but let's go. Well, we got the crew on deck. They were here at 10 o'clock waiting on us. We got over here about 2 minutes after, so hopefully they weren't waiting too long on us. They're upstairs going through the rooms and figuring out where they got to put the holes, and get the layout and everything from wifey. Sometimes I'm stretching when I start to get too involved in these projects, making sure that she's got everything matched up with the drawings and everything else that the builder sent us. But yeah, and some rooms don't have this the wiring piped in already. Maybe I just don't know too much about it. I don't know. I'm just gonna sit back and let things happen, and only involve myself when need be. Yeah, just go with the flow, man. Sabai-Sabai. Just go with the flow. We got air conditioners all over the place, and then these 3 rain shower and water heaters are gonna go in all the bathrooms. That should be a wrap for the day. but they're just now getting started, so we don't have any holes being drilled yet. And I think they're gonna knock out all the upstairs and then come here and knock out the office after that. And they should be able to make quick work out of this one, so we'll zoom it out a little. Shelving kind of happening all right here, and then maybe on the left and right too, we're not sure yet. So I'm thinking AC up there. They've already got, I think that's just for the wiring. I don't think like the refrigerant lines are supposed to go out through that too, but I could be wrong. That's not how it happened in the living room. But that's because we wanted to run the living room one all the way to the back of the house. So much cheaper today for them to do the install upstairs. I think it was like 4,000 baht, whereas last time it was 10 or 11, I think. We're gonna mount this one here, but because there's this overhang out here, it comes down a good several inches. It won't fit. So we're gonna move it right there, which makes sense because he's sleeping this way. Sitting here having us a little bit of a working lunch, if you will. A little pad see ew, a pad kapow, pad kapow mukra. Oh, not. I used to hate in the military when bosses wanted to have a working lunch. It was like rather than giving you the freedom to eat chow on your own, they wanted to sit there and talk shit about work for like an hour, and you didn't get anything done, and you probably didn't even enjoy your meal. Cut you folks loose for chow. We're getting close to the end of the day, I think. It's approaching 5 p.m. I think we've got one operational down here, just about fully completed. And I think 2 more up top are getting pretty close to test fire. So, yeah, it's coming along. So this one lined up perfect in here in the office. So the wiring coming in, and they were able to do the escape line to go out also. Or I mean, like all the refrigerant and everything else is all concealed behind it. So I think that's the cleanest one we've got. But none of the others we could do like that. Because that thing just looks like, man, that's a beautiful like framed up TV or something right there. You can't see nothing coming out of it. Beautiful. And then so on the upstairs, they've got all the ACs in, they've all been test run, I think except for one, and they're putting in the water heaters and the rain showers right now. Yeah, cool. Master breaker just popped because they're upstairs doing something with the water heaters. I think wiring them in, but they didn't come down and turn off any of the breakers down here, so house just went dark, had a blackout. I knew it was going to happen. So this circuit breaker panel was actually buzzing earlier, and the dude that was here from so Home Pro was here doing 3 of the ACs, but 2 of the ACs were given to us by the development just for like buying the house. It's kind of like a freebie, along with the grass outside and some other things. But he was over here earlier, and he's walking by in here to check the one that they installed in the office. And he heard this thing buzzing, and I said, "You hear it too, right?" And he was like, "Yeah, that ain't right." And I was like, "No, yeah, I know it's not right, but I was just waiting on one of y'all to catch it." So he jumped up in the attic and finagled with some things, and it quit buzzing. But I was thinking it was the AC that got installed in the office. But now I kind of want to turn back on all the ACs and just see if I can get this thing to pop again. But I'm pretty sure it was them doing something with the wiring for the water heater up there, but I kind of feel like they should have the breakers popped for those while they're messing with it. I was an electrician once upon a time, but you know, that was an aircraft electrician, not a house dude. So let's head up top and see what we got. Looks like all the ACs turned right back on to whatever setting they were on before. So that's cool. So this is the one in the loft. She's looking pretty clean, air's flowing. I think we need to affix this to the wall a little bit better, but it's a very small gripe. Here, this one's on. This one's, it's fairly cleaned up. They're gonna do repainting in these rooms anyway. I'm not sure this needs to be open, but nice moon out there tonight. Yeah, they all turn right back on. Huh? They all turned right back on. So I don't know if the one in there is tested yet. Well, there's the rain shower. Oh no, they've already got it installed. Nice. So the brand on these is Mazuma, which I thought I'd never heard of before, but I noticed that's the same brand as the water dispenser that we have at the house is Mazuma. Yeah, so it's working, but the pressure sucks. And I didn't see him actually get a test on the rain shower itself, but with the nozzle, it's coming out. But I mean, it's pissing, but it's not doing what it's supposed to yet. We may need a stronger pump. I think the pump that we do have downstairs is the exact same pump that we have over at the house, but that's a 1-story, very small, 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. 2-bath and a kitchen. Strong enough for over there, but maybe for a 2-story house you need a bigger pump. We're looking pretty good over here. They're putting in the last rain shower downstairs, and I think that's a wrap. I think we're locked up here. Gonna close her down. Plenty of lights for sure. Looking good up here too. So we got some smudges, but when our interior dude comes in, he's gonna do all kinds of, there's gonna be some cabinetry over here, a little Buddha devotion kind of area. And then down here we'll have a long shelf with the TV on it and some storage underneath. All right. Welcome back. We are back at the house now, and I think I'm going to tie all this together and close this one out for the day. We spent about 10 hours with a Chang Home Pro team over there at the house, and over the course of that 10 hours, what they did was install 5 air conditioners, 1 downstairs, 4 upstairs, and then they also did 2 water heater and water shower or rain shower combos over there. Yeah, in 3 different bathrooms. So, and then wired all that in, and then at the end of the day, we had a buzzing. The main breaker on the circuit breaker panel was buzzing, and I don't think that's right. Like I said, I did spend a little bit of time as an aircraft electrician, and couldn't hear much of anything around those J52P408 Alpha engines. But excuse me, I just nerded out there for a second. But a buzzing circuit breaker in the house didn't sound right. So one of the guys checked it out and said he's going to come back out and kind of reevaluate, and then I think upgrade some of those circuit breakers across the panel, probably the main, and then I think the rest of them across the board. And then, because we did have a blackout over there at one point, I think when they were messing around with some of the water heater wiring. But regardless, when the builders come over, there's going to be like 7 appliances added into the kitchen. And so I'm thinking all of that probably needs to be split between like 2 breakers also. And there are 2 spaces left on the panel. So I don't know if that entails like a whole panel upgrade or what do we have, you know, what we have going on with all that. So more to follow on that. Tomorrow we're signing the contract for the builders to come over there and do all the interior renovations, and then that's going to be a couple of months long process. So probably no shortage of material on the channel, and I've had a bad habit recently of, you know, not taking my laptop on travels, or just not kind of filming things as they go and then pushing it out on a daily basis. I try to keep it at least a weekly basis, but if I'm filming 2 or 3 random things, you know, across the span of a week, it makes too much video, and then I end up sifting through it too hard at the end of the week. So I'm gonna cut this one short and wrap it up, and maybe see y'all tomorrow, maybe not, but we'll definitely pick back up here in a few days, because I do have to go to immigration on Friday, and I think that's kind of a highlight of the channel and the journey along the way, you know, getting settled here in Thailand. Yeah, anyway, see y'all next time. Thanks for coming along. Cheers. Sorry.